Hello, thanks for everybody tuning into our webinar today. I think we're going to go ahead and get started. People are still filing in, but for those of you who made it on time, thank you, and we'll go ahead and get started. So hello and welcome to the latest webinar from Moontoast, how auto brands are using social to maximize marketing strategies. During today's webinar, we will show how social-rich media can help automakers and dealers drive key marketing activities at all tiers of business. My name is Marcus Whitney, and I'm the co-founder at Moontoast and your host today. You can find me on Twitter at @MarcusWhitney. We will be using the hashtag SocialAuto2014 for today's webinar. So if you have any questions, please use that hashtag, and we'll do our best to get your questions answered at the end of the webinar. Now today, we're going to be covering the influence of social media on auto shopper consideration, native social ads versus social-rich media ads, and when to use which, how to incorporate social-rich media into your campaign today, and then we'll cover your questions at the end. Now, if you're on this webinar, I'm assuming that you are well aware that people are spending the majority of their time on social networks on mobile devices. And you probably also know that many aspects of vehicle shopping have also gone mobile. 79% of new buyers use the internet for research while shopping, and almost half of the Gen Y shoppers use their phones for shopping. But what you may not be aware of is that mobile is actually driving meaningful shifts in the consideration set for auto shoppers today. Ariane Walker, Senior Director of Auto Media and Marketing at J.D. Power, says that the digital presence of the brand through mobile advertising and content across mobile accessible sites and apps may be a great way to reach Gen Y buyers, since we see almost half use a smartphone during the shopping process. And according to McKinsey, 90% of consumers across all verticals said that Facebook was the resource that caused them to add or remove a brand from consideration. And the downstream impacts of this are significant, since consumers are 3 times as likely to purchase a brand in their consideration set. More specifically, regarding auto shoppers, 27% of car buyers click on mobile Facebook ads, and 41% of auto shoppers on social said they saw a post that caused them to add a brand or model to their consideration set. Today, the leaders in automotive marketing on social are using social-rich media to drive mid and low funnel activities. These drive real business results. So the following are 3 examples, all nominated for Facebook Studio Awards, that show how the top auto brands are winning on social and mobile with social-rich media. For Toyota's Toyotathon, Toyota wanted to raise $200,000 for the Boys and Girls Club of America. So we at Moontoast created a mobile-optimized social-rich media unit, which asked fans to share their social networks and to unlock a $10 donation. So for every share, Toyota would donate $10. A map of the United States was refreshed throughout the campaign, keeping people aware of how progress was going. And a celebratory unit followed up to thank fans for reaching the goal. At the end of the campaign, the $200,000 goal was reached through the Click to Give campaign. Over 20,000 likes, comments, and shares were achieved, and the ad was seen and experienced over 14,000 times. For Nissan's October Car Care campaign, Nissan is targeting annual existing owners. So Moontoast brought the campaign to social with 2 social-rich media units. One was a countdown, and the goal was to drive awareness and service bookings. And the second was a sweepstakes used to drive registrants as well as find orphan VINs. We used the owner database for targeting with custom audiences. The results were that social registrations surpassed the total registrants from last year. 135 orphan VINs were identified, and there was a 91% conversion rate through the sweepstakes on mobile devices. In the final example, Toyota's Tundra Instagram unit, Toyota wanted to drive awareness and consideration in the Build Anything with Tundra campaign. Moontoast brought the campaign to social with an innovative Instagram gallery wrapped with a marketing campaign used to additional calls and had additional calls to action. It was the first ever Instagram gallery distributed in the newsfeed. The results were that the campaign was a first to market Instagram social rich media unit, and as a result was featured by Adweek. We had over 4,000 ad experiences, 15,000 in-unit interactions, and almost 4 interactions per user. So the question is, with these types of results, how can you and your auto brand get started today using social rich media? Before we get into exactly what social rich media is, we thought it would be important to cover the difference between native social ads and social rich media so you can understand how the two work together in harmony. So a native ad is a post that is created on a social network's publishing platform and then targeted and boosted to reach a certain number of people. Today, the most prominent native ad platforms on social are Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. A social rich media ad works with native formats to create an interactive mobile-first experience that drives marketing results beyond views and clicks. So you start with the native ad, which is distributed as a status update, and then maybe boosted. But then when that ad is tapped, the social rich media ad loads. And this can be a variety of interactive experiences. The consumer is going to interact with the social rich media ad without leaving the social app that they're currently browsing. So native ads are great because you can reach those customers that you're targeting. You can build off of your existing database, whether it's your CRM system or email marketing system. And you can use interests or demographics to show ads to people who share common attributes as your existing customers. Now, social rich media ads are fantastic because they extend the functionality of native ads with interactive experiences. They drive very specific business and marketing goals, like capturing leads, offering coupons, etc. in the social stream. And they give you complete control of the branding experience, as you can see here. So which type of ad should you use for what use case? So you should use native ads when you're trying to drive click-throughs, likes, shares, retweets, and favorites. But you should use social rich media when you're trying to drive awareness and consideration, voting and polling, lead generation, or other forms of data capture, couponing, and direct sales. So now the question is, how do you incorporate social rich media into your marketing today? So we're going to go through a couple of different examples here. First, social rich media goes beyond native ads with deeper engagement and is customized to your goals. It's cost savings on creative because you build it once and you can distribute it across all the major social networks, and it works across all mobile devices responsibly. Social rich media delivers the highest engagement rates for display ads. The consumer insights and real-time data that you gather by serving up social rich media units can help you optimize the campaign in real time. And it's incredibly fast to build and distribute social rich media. And social rich media covers all of the different aspects that you're trying to drive throughout the consumer journey. Whether it's awareness from a countdown unit, comparison, comparing 2 different vehicles, delivering coupons to drive in-store sales, capturing data for remarketing later on, helping people to find a dealer close to them, or engaging them through multiple images and multiple videos. Social rich media can drive all of these activities. So let's look at how social rich media specifically drives these. We're going to go through the social rich media ad types that were created by Moontoast to drive specific marketing goals. Awareness and consideration, voting and polling, lead generation, couponing, and sales, all key for the auto marketer. Let's start with awareness and consideration. The interactive video ad type will wrap a video with a creative banner and a call to action. It intuitively leads the user to take one further action beyond simply watching a video. And it links to any URL, or even multiple URLs if you choose. So it serves the following business goals: awareness, website traffic, and social endorsement. The video image gallery. This ad type plays a series of videos which the user can swipe to scroll and tap to view. There are call to action hotspots which can link to any URL offsite. And there's optional voting capabilities as well with a configurable results screen or a thank you page. So this social rich media ad type serves the following business goals: awareness, consideration, website traffic, and social endorsement. The Instagram Vine Gallery social rich media ad type plays a series of Instagram or Vine videos, which the user may swipe to scroll and tap to view. Call to action hotspots can link to any URL. This ad type serves awareness, consideration, website traffic, and social endorsement. Product comparison. This is a fantastic ad type for the auto industry. This allows users to select a product to compare, and it provides a head-to-head tally of the features. And then a call to action link can be provided with a URL to build your own or learn more, etc. The product comparison ad type serves consideration, preference, website traffic, and social endorsement. Now for voting and polling. The interactive voting ad type engages consumers with dynamic images or video galleries. Users can browse images or videos and vote for their favorite image. In this example, Toyota is offering the opportunity to look at different new features of the new 2014 Corolla, pick your favorite one, and then vote. At the completion of the vote, there's an optional data capture form here to drive leads. The interactive voting ad type serves the following business goals: awareness, consideration, lead generation, and social endorsement. Interactive polling. We poll fans and let them view instant market feedback. And as an option, fans can like the page from within the ad. The interactive polling ad type serves the following business goals: awareness, consideration, page likes, and social endorsement. Now for lead generation, which is the alley-oop. Interactive countdown. This is where we drive pre-event awareness. Display a creative banner or play a video, ask fans to RSVP for a launch using a Facebook event, and you present a timer that counts down to the launch of the event. This serves the following business goals: awareness, social endorsement. And then the dunk. The sweepstakes. Tried and true. Display a creative banner or video next to a simple sign-up form where fans may enter a sweepstakes. Fans can opt in to receive more information. There's a customizable thank you screen presented after the submission, and the user is invited to share the experience in their social stream. The sweepstakes ad type serves the following business goals: consideration, preference, and social endorsement. The data capture ad type. Pretty straightforward. Display a creative banner or video with a call to action. Again, there's a customizable thank you screen at the end, and the user is invited to share their experience in the social stream. The interactive map with data capture. So this is a very fun one because it's very, very interactive and engaging, and provides the type of experience that's highly likely to get shared. So you can bring a national marketing event to social in an exciting way. This is tracking the road of the Muppets during their premiere with Toyota. And clicking a location will display details in the bottom pane. So this unit serves the following business goals: consideration, preference, lead generation, and social endorsement. Couponing. So this is really, really valuable for being able to track in-store sales. The Passbook coupon. This is where you can offer a coupon in the social stream. Consumers can save it to their iOS Passbook or opt in to receive the coupon via email if they prefer. And they can redeem the coupon at the time of purchase, at which time it can be tracked. This serves the following business goals: awareness, purchase intent, lead generation, and social endorsement. Sales. The dealer locator ad type offers a branded background with a call to action to enter a zip code to find an auto dealer in the area. Upon submission, the user is presented with a list of dealerships, their addresses, and the ability to get directions via a map, tap to call, or request more information. And then the bonus, sponsorships. Drive sponsorship, awareness, and engagement. Rich media comes in many shapes and sizes, and it can address many business goals. So rich media can not just drive engagement for your auto brand, but also for the sponsors of your auto brand, as we're showing here in this rich media unit for Hyundai and The Walking Dead. As you can see, we have many different types of social rich media ads that can help you drive goals of your auto marketing campaigns, especially in the mid to low funnel. So with Moontoast, you can build these quickly, distribute them across all major social networks, and then make them more effective with paid media to attain greater reach and more accurate targeting. And then you measure the performance and optimize your spend while the campaign is still alive, not after the fact. So thanks for tuning in for this webinar. We hope that you get a good understanding now of social rich media and how it can help you and your auto brand, what the difference is between native ads and social rich media, how social rich media can help shift the consideration set, and how you can use it across the entire consumer journey for your auto brand. So we've now been collecting some questions through the hashtag, and I'm going to have my team serve some of those up so we can get into answering them. Okay, so the first question, which is a pretty simple one, is how difficult is it to build a social rich media unit? So social rich media is pretty easy to build. All of the ad types that I just showed you are essentially built as templates, and all you have to do is add your specific creative, and then from there we can easily get those launched. So typically, putting the creative together, testing it out across the various social networks, making sure that we have all of your pixel tracking in place, and then launch can all be done usually inside of 24 hours. That's usually faster than the automaker's marketing team can work. So usually within 48 hours to a week, a campaign is put together from start to finish and then launched. Campaigns usually last between 3 days and maybe even 2 weeks, depending on what the campaign is for. If it's an evergreen data capture campaign, then it can last longer. The longer that it lasts, the more that you can test different targeting strategies to be able to optimize both the creative that's in the social rich media unit and the targeting group to get the lowest cost per lead. Okay, so the next question is, which social networks does social rich media work the best with? So social rich media works the same technically with all of the major social networks. The ones that I mentioned earlier on, Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn, are the ones that have promoted posts or ads that are done at scale through an API. So those are the ones that we really focus on from an optimization perspective. But the benefit of the platform is that it does work across all of the social networks that you would want to market through, and that includes Tumblr, Google+, etc. Different campaigns work well in different channels. So, what we see is that because of the targeting capabilities that you have on Facebook today, being able to leverage bulk data through data logics for partner categories, many of the in-store sales driving activities work very, very well there. Many of the upper to mid funnel activities work very, very well on Twitter. And really, a lot of it is about running a rich media unit across multiple channels and then watching how they perform across the different channels to be able to gauge which one you should be applying more spend towards. So I think in line with how most social advertising is working today, the majority of the ads that we've launched to date have been on Facebook, and then after that you'd have Twitter, and then following that LinkedIn. But we are seeing some campaigns, especially those that tie into live events, that do very, very well on Twitter, and we're also seeing some strong results on LinkedIn when using their ability to target people based on demographic and earning capacity. Okay. Next question is, you might have touched on this, but does rich media allow pixel tracking? And if not, how does that work? Yes. So one of the benefits of using social rich media is that you can tag these units with every single pixel that you have. So a lot of the brands that work with us, think of us as an advertiser's ad server. And they think of our units as a way to gauge data and collect data that they can't necessarily access via native ads. So whether that's conversion pixels from your site-side analytics, or cookies that you're trying to grow for your data management platform, all of those types of pixels and other tags can be added to social rich media. Okay, here's a question about these ads outside of auto. I know this is all about auto, but do you see similar results across verticals? So absolutely, we see great results in retail. We see great results in CPG. We see great results in consumer tech. They definitely have very, very different consumer journeys from auto, where a new car may only be purchased once every 5 years, whereas you may buy a new phone every year, and you may buy a new box of cereal every 2 weeks. But we do absolutely see very, very strong results depending on which aspect of the consumer journey and the type of creative that's being used within social rich media. So it does work in verticals beyond auto. Okay. So here's a question. How are your ad units similar or different from uh, an iAd product? Okay, great question. Thanks, at Brian V. Green. So we don't actually serve inside of the iAd display network, which is for anyone who's not aware, that is Apple's ad network. So we serve across all the social networks, and you completely control what the experience is. So there's no kind of vetting process that you have to go through for the creative that you want to launch and serve. So that would be the major difference, I would say, which is it's served across different channels, and you as a brand have much more control over the experience, the capabilities, as well as the data at the end of the campaign. So that was a great question. Okay, so we've got a question about reporting. So what kind of reporting is available? Is it different than what I get from Facebook Insights? Absolutely, it's different. So the first thing to keep in mind is that Facebook Insights focuses on what happens at the native ad or native post level. So it's going to tell you about all of the engagement that happened with the native post, what the reach was, and if there was any negative feedback in terms of hide rate in the newsfeed and things of that nature. All that is really, really strong information. What you're going to get from inside of the social rich unit from the impression that was generated, you interactions that happened across the unit. Any data that's collected, you will own 100%. So you can definitely take that data, put it into your CRM system, your email marketing system, etc. And then any shares or likes or other forms of endorsement that happen socially from within the unit, we track all of that as well. So that is all additional data that you get from Moontoast Social Rich Media reporting. And then, as I mentioned earlier, because there are pixels that can be stored inside of the units, you can have all of that downstream data tracked as well from every impression that's served. Okay, we have a question about tier two and tier three campaigns. So have these units been tested at the dealership level? So absolutely. The combination of geo targeting, leveraging native advertising, as well as driving social rich media has proven to be very, very, very effective. So we've been able to attain cost per leads sub $2 in some campaigns, and that is not just collecting information to call someone, but also information regarding orphan VINs to be able to drive downstream servicing, which is definitely a very, very profitable aspect of pretty much every automaker's business. So running dealership campaigns has been very, very effective for us over the last year, and we're really looking to scale that out this year. We have done the majority of the work at the tier 1 level for branding and for national and international campaigns, but definitely have found great success with actually driving very, very low cost per leads that have been verified to actually show up and either be engaged in shopping activities or buy accessories or have a servicing done on their car. So definitely lots of opportunities for dealerships. Really makes a lot of sense when you think about where people would be engaging when they're looking to do something that's going to be in store. It's going to be on the phone, and if you can provide an experience directly off of a native ad that either can provide a click to call or enter some information or can put a mobile coupon through Passbook on the phone, all of those are very, very strong in-store sales driven activities that dealers can be using today. Okay, here's a question. How often do how often do or should brands post rich media on social? So we're seeing brands doing it really weekly or biweekly. It's something that is really kind of the home run to your campaign. So it's not necessarily something you would see used every single day. Every single day, definitely, you're seeing brands doing images and video and pure text. But when you're trying to really drive those results from a campaign perspective, you're trying to put those dollars to good use when you're driving those impressions and you're driving that traffic. You want to make sure that it works on mobile and that it's social in context, and that it contains all the elements that your existing marketing campaigns have today. Social rich media works very well for that. Most automakers we know have those kinds of campaigns going on at least twice a month. So the ability to launch these types of units at scale across all of the various networks at a very, very low cost of creative is definitely valuable, and we would say weekly or bi-weekly certainly is a good kind of cadence to have with your social rich media units. Okay, I don't see any other questions, but those were great, and there were a lot of them. So we appreciate all the questions. I hope that you found this to be a valuable webinar. And we do webinars usually at least once a month, but sometimes more frequently than that. So continue to stay locked into all of our social channels. On Twitter, we're at Moontoast. On Facebook, facebook.com/Moontoast. For everyone who has joined our webinar, we will be emailing the deck and also putting it on SlideShare. We appreciate your time today and look forward to having you at our next webinar. Thank you very much.